You know, I was goddamn walking around the yard and I just realized that I don't hardly stop to just look at dandelions when I'm back in Florida. So I figured, let me stop and talk about these dandelions real quick. This is gonna be real quick and dirty. Alright, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this for real, but check this out, right? Here you got dandelions. These are both dandelions, alright, in two different stages of maturity. Alright, so peep this. This is a mature dandelion. We're gonna get to this one in a minute, alright? We're gonna get to this one in a minute. This one right here is a dandelion that's currently still in its flowering stage. Alright, family Asteraceae, just like sunflowers. Now you'll notice it doesn't look very similar to, oh hey, a little bee. It doesn't look to other Asteraceae members as similarly because it doesn't have that those disc flora, okay? It only has a ray flora, alright? And or floret, I'm sorry. It only has a ray floret instead of a disc floret, so it don't really look like a sunflower or like a, you know, Biden's John genus, but it's in that same family. So check this out, right? People don't like these dandelions around here so much because they grow like weeds, and we'll get into that, but they grow crazy. So a lot of people just think they're weeds, and they are weeds, and cut them down. But I'm gonna tell you why these dandelions are so dope. Besides the ecological benefits of having dandelions around, right? The way they reproduce is crazy. Okay, so they reproduce. How do I explain apomixis reproduction? So basically, these dandelions, when they mature, all right, you see this capitula right here, all these different florets. Of course, as you know about Asteraceae, this ain't just one flower, it's a whole bunch of flowers on one flower head called a capitula. It's held together by these bracts, right? Okay, when this capitula matures, all of these petals are gonna fall off, all right? And what it's gonna leave, I can't really zoom in very well, it's iPhone, but what it's gonna leave is the stamens and the petals are gonna dry out and they're gonna fall off, and it's gonna leave these pappus, okay? And pappus, all pappus really are a modified calyx, all right? So when that modified calyx takes off, the little seeds are in this all the way at the bottom right here. And when a strong wind comes through, these bitches is gonna take off, all right? They're gonna go flying like some air nomad type shit, right? So this turn into this, okay? This matures, the petals fall off, the stamens fall off, and turns into this. Now it's really hard to differentiate species between dandelions because dandelions can produce both sexually in this stage and asexually in this stage, all right? So what that means is right now they're in that flowering stage, they got stamens, they got all that, they're reproducing sexually, and obviously the benefits of sexual reproduction are like genetic variation, so to speak. With this right here, they can produce these seeds, as I said. What did I say? Oh man, I don't even know where I left off. God dang, people gotta call me, don't even be wanting nothing, Jesus Christ. Anyway, where I leave off, what are we talking about? Wow, I can't talk. Apomixis reproduction, okay? So right here, this flower, like most flowers, is gonna reproduce sexually. This flower is gonna reproduce via apomixis means, which means a lot of these seeds in here are not even really, they are genetically identical clones, okay? And when the wind picks these up and takes these off, it's gonna transplant all of these clones in different locations. So what you have here is a means of asexual reproduction, you know, not similar to like getting cuttings from a plant, because that's also a method of asexual reproduction. But this is creating a whole new organism, but it's genetically the same, okay? And so that's why it's so hard to differentiate species, because you have hundreds of thousands of plants that are in the same lineage, basically genetically, and there hasn't been really much change. So it's hard to determine whether these are individual differences or differences between species, if that makes sense. I don't know if I really put that in a way that makes sense, but that's a banger, quick and dirty intro to dandelions. What else do I want to say about dandelions for real? Oh, no BS, I'm not even making this up. This is called a blow ball. Alright, this is called a blow ball. So you pick up blow balls and you blow on them. Alright, I ain't make that up. That's really what it's called. Alright, it's a blow ball. You ever blow on one of these? Cause people in Florida don't really do that. I'm sure there are dandelions in Florida because they grow everywhere. I ain't never seen kids, when we were kids, we used to run through the meadows and blow on these and frolic through the, I don't really see kids in Florida doing that. Oh yeah, check this out, right? These have a lot of ecological benefits too, especially if you're growing them near crops. So dandelions have a taproot system, which basically means they got one big root and they might have a few other roots that branch off of it, but they mainly feed off of one big root, right? And their taproot brings a lot of nutrients to the surface. All right, so plants that maybe have more shallow roots actually benefit from having dandelions around, because they'll bring nutrients to the surface via their tap roots, and they will also produce ethylene gas, and that'll help fruits ripen and stuff. So if you have a whole bunch of dandelions in one setting, they'll produce ethylene gas and help your crops ripen faster if you have a fruit producing plant, which is really cool. Asteraceae is good for that, man. Like sunflowers produce nitrogen and give it back to the soil, and a lot of plants need nitrogen, but sunflowers are some of the few that actually return nitrogen to the soil in a large quantity. So Asteraceae is a good generally produces some decent companion plants. But all right, man, I gotta do it. I'm sorry. I gotta do it. This is just a flower, all right? I'm not killing the plant. All right, it's matured anyway. Only the avatar, an airbender named Aang, can... I forget how the narration goes. All right, I'm gonna holler at y'all later.